Hello, this is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C. Today's episode, I did the same thing I did last episode. I went right into YouTube and just scrolled looking for a live performance, and I stopped on a 2010 performance of Foreigner doing the song Urgent. And this was in Nashville, Tennessee. I gave it a score of 8.8. But that is what this episode of B Sharp and C is about. Foreigner performing the song Urgent. Okay, so we're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. See what we can find here. Live music, Foreigner. No. Eagles, Hotel California, 1977. Fleetwood Mac, Rhiannon. Cranberries. I'll find something. Just give me some time here. Foreigner, the song Urgent, live, 2010. Who's the vocalist? Do we do a Foreigner song? I don't think Lou Gramm is the vocalist in 2010. I think it's that dude that looks like Steven Tyler. Should we just do it? It's got 6.9 million views. It was released 10 years ago. It's the full version of Urgent. All right, let's go. We're doing Foreigner. Okay, so to me, in my opinion, that was some pretty good instrumentation. I think the keyboard player was doing that cello sound with his left hand and also doing some organ sound with his right hand. Really dexterous when you stop and think about it. Those are the types of keyboard players that can do a lot. They can add a lot to a song because their left hand can do one thing while their right hand is doing something else. And it gives the impression that there are more people on the stage, but there aren't. It's just that they're able to do a lot. A lot of reggae bands, if you're a reggae keyboard player, you're pretty much used to comping chords with your left hand and then with your right hand doing some pretty cool synthesizer solos and riffs and runs and things like that. A lot of good reggae keyboard players actually split the keyboard. So they have an organ sound on the left where they're kind of comping chords, and then they're doing the like the lead synthesizer with the right. And this guy here, no, no, I don't think the keyboard player's left hand was playing that cello sound. So it's So if he were his left hand, you would see, and I don't see his left hand doing that. I see his left hand a little bit more active, which means who's playing that cello sound? You see right through the two keyboards there, you see his left hand, and it's not playing that melody. Who's playing that? If you're recording a live version of a song and you're not just going into a mixer and then into something else, or some type of recording device or an offset DAW or something like that. But if you're going into channels on an interface, then each channel can be edited in post. You know, it's not just running through a mixer into one channel into the recording device. And it's interesting because you can hear just in the beginning of this song, you hear that there are multiple tracks, multiple channels, and they're panning. They're trying to use as much as the studio space as possible. Though this is a live recording, there is a lot of sound engineering going on, and you can do it live there or do it in post when you're actually making the video and move the keyboard over so that it's just in your right ear, things like that. But you see the drum set, if you go back and look at that drum set, he's got a microphone here, a microphone here, a microphone over here, right? A microphone up here. So you can take separate drum hits and then move those to a channel. So your hi-hats are up near your right ear, and then maybe you have something up over here, right? And you can do that so that the audience hears it live, or you can do it in post. So what the effect with the guitar is really nice. They have kind of like a delay, like a ping pong delay, but it's only on the right. So they have it, just the delay is panned to the right ear. But the regular guitar in time, like the live guitar, is right up the middle, but then just that ping pong delay is panned to the right ear. It's really nice. So I'm wrong. It's actually the ping pong delay would be that it's bouncing back and forth, and there's a little bit of ping pong delay on the left ear and then a little bit on the right ear. So it's kind of like bouncing back and forth, and you can with the right programming, the right engineering, you can really make that sound good, and it really, really, really sounds good. Oh yeah. You hear it in both ears. And what's interesting about this delay is that I don't think they're using ducking. Ducking would be that the delay only comes in when you're done playing the instrument or you're done playing that phrase. But you hear the delay as he's continuing to play. So it's not coming in when he's done with the phrase because you hear it as he's playing. So they turned it down enough. The levels are low enough on the delay in the end. It's just engineered just right that you don't need to use ducking. You don't need to make it so that the delay only comes in when you're done playing.
All right, everybody on your feet. It's time to rock. You know why? It's urgent. You're not shy. You get around. You wanna fly. Don't want your feet on the ground. You stay up. You won't come down. You wanna live. Wanna move to the sound. Got fire in your veins. Burning high. But you don't feel the pain.
I don't know if that scream came across. Usually, when I scream in my microphone, it's set up in such a way that the screen doesn't always come across. This is so good. This is so good. That guy's vocals. No, I mean he doesn't sound like Lou Gramm. Well, what's his name? What is this dude's name? Kelly Hansen. I will tell you right now, man. He comes out there and starts singing, and he has got some freaking good energy, and he really, really reminds me of Steven Tyler for some reason. Just really reminds me of Steven Tyler. And is it just me, or from this angle, does that keyboard player look like Andy Sandberg? Sandberg, right? From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Your desire is insane. You can't stop until you do it again. But sometimes I wonder, as I look in your eyes, maybe you're thinking of some other guy. But I know, 'cause I know how to treat you right. That's why you call me in the middle of the night. You say it's urgent. So urgent, so urgent. Just to wait and see how urgent my love can be. Urgent, 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 urgent. You play tricks on my mind. You're everywhere. But you're so hard to find. You're not warm or sentimental. You're so extreme. You can be so temperamental. But I'm not looking for a love that'll last.
Right off the bat, and by the way, that guitarist right here, this dude is Mick Jones. He is Foreigner. He has written or co-written all of their songs. I think the only song he had nothing to do with was I Want to Know What Love Is. I think that was solely written by Lou Gramm. It was either that or um, I've Been Waiting for a Girl Like You. One of those two songs, like one of their two biggest hits. I Want to Know What Love Is, or I've Been Waiting for a Girl Like You. I forget which one, but I think that's the only song that like Lou Gramm wrote by himself. But this dude here with the guitar, that with the Gibson there, that is Mick Jones. Guitar player, songwriter, keyboard player, and the lifeblood of everything Foreigner. Now, Lou Gramm, with his amazing vocals, was able to give so much life to the music, and he brought it to life. Mick Jones couldn't do that vocally. He is Foreigner. But so far, this performance is so good on so many levels. I mean, this guy's not young. He goes out there. They change the writing of the song. And when a band does this, and this is something that I need to say, I need to get it out there. When a band has a song that's popular, like Urgent by Foreigner, and they just write some weird intro for it, change it up, but take portions of it and then add a minute and a half or a 2 minute long intro for the song. They're doing that for the audience. They're doing that for you and me. They want to change it up. They want to surprise the audience. They want to play something musical, play something nice, throw some aspects of the song Urgent in there, but not enough so you know what song's coming. And then after a 2 minute intro, bam, he starts playing that riff on the guitar. You know it's the song Urgent. The saxophone is amazing. The vocals are really done right. And it's funny how the vocals and the guitar have essentially almost the same type of delay. And you really hear it deep in the recesses of the back right portion of your headspace. This singer, Kelly Hansen, he's got a lot of depth to his voice. He hits those high notes, but he definitely has a lot of depth to his voice. And I kind of would equate that with like the alto sax and the tenor sax. The tenor sax, obviously it goes deeper. It's about half an octave deeper, so you can hit lower notes, but even the mid-tone notes that the alto sax can hit, so it's the same tone, but there's more depth. It's a thicker sound, even though it's the same exact tone. He's got that quality to his voice where he can hit high notes and low notes, but he's just got so much more thickness and depth to his voice, and love it. I love this whole performance so far. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
So urgent, emergency.
Oh my God, the sax player is so good. So much was going on there. The presentation of this song was amazingly surprising to me. I did not expect. I'm going to check the guy's name again. I did not expect Kelly Hansen to be so dynamic and to be so otherworldly. He just got out there and took the stage over. And yeah, grabbing the camera and filming the audience while he's singing and then filming himself and then giving it back to the cameraman. I'm sorry, that stuff makes a difference because people pay for their tickets and you're paying to see Mick Jones, right? You're paying to see Foreigner. No one knows who the heck Kelly Hansen is. I mean, I'm sure people do, but what I'm saying is he's not Lou Gramm. He wasn't the voice of Foreigner while Foreigner was at its peak. So he's coming out now and graciously accepting this position to be the lead voice to a band where he wasn't part of the songwriting process. And he's just out there doing such a great job. I'm all confused now. This performance has, I don't know, it's gotten me just super excited, but I need to go back for a second because there was a key change for that sax solo.
know it's urgent. I wanna tell you it's the same for me. So urgent, just to wait and see how urgent my love can be. Urgent, 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 urgent. Are you ready, Nashville? For the man on the saxophone. Here he comes, watch out.
Okay, so as a saxophone player, he starts the saxophone solo off with an altissimo note. And even though that's reminiscent as to what's on the album, it still goes against what a lot of people say solos are supposed to be. And I don't like, I mean, I've watched so many excellent guitar solos by so many excellent guitarists, and a lot of them say, start off low and end high. And it's like, no, why would I want to follow some indiscriminate and nonsensical set of rules for what's supposed to be me expressing myself musically? You start off low and end up high. You know, he just starts right on an altissimo note. Growling, right? Doing the tongue flutter while he's playing. That was a fall, right? And then it just falls, right? And he plays a note and then just ends it by dropping all the way down with his fingers in succession of one note after the next in the scale, but it's called a fall. The note just falls. And people do that on different instruments too, but on the saxophone, it's super hard, but it sounds so good. You hear that chord change? Na 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 na. So they did a chord change. They went up. I love how the tenor sax gets those low notes, man. And you hear that there's a guitar in the background doing a riff or some type of guitar sound that is reminiscent of the main riff or the main guitar sound for the song Urgent, right? So even though they're doing something new, something they haven't done, that's not on the studio version, they're changed keys. I think they went up like a full step or whatever the case is, but they still have something in the background doing something reminiscent of the song Urgent to remind the listener this is still the same song. You hear that guitar? Dun, 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 dun. It's something kind of reminiscent of the song Urgent. There's something really good and musical about holding a note. He's holding this altissimo note, and while he's holding that one note, the song in the background is going through chord progressions and changing keys, but he's holding that one note, and it's literally this 7 minute and 56-second package has all the tricks in it, right? All right, I'm going to stop the analysis. Let me get back to how fantastic this performance is. And this is one of the beautiful things to having good engineering and good producing, right? Because I would bet my bank account that the version we just heard is not exactly the same as the version the audience heard. There was something going on because the keyboard player was playing something with his right hand and doing something fast with his left hand, but yet we heard a slow cello sound. Was there a keyboard player or a cellist behind the stage somewhere? It could just be that they added that in post. Don't forget, this comes across as a file, a music file. And if they're recording into some type of offset DAW, then they have different channels set up where they can go in and say, oh, okay, this was the keyboard channel, let's add something to it, and then add the cello after. I don't know, but there were times the keyboard player looked like he was playing that cello sound, and then there were times that he didn't look like he was playing the cello sound. So did they just splice it, put it in, copy and paste it? What you can do if you record a live performance on different channels into an offset DAW, what you can do in post, once you have the video made and the video's put together and everything's all synchronized, then all you need to do is take all of your edits that you're doing in post and then just put it over the video. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can have Kelly Hansen, who is singing the lead vocals here, you can have him sound like Daffy Duck if you wanted to, right? And completely take out Kelly's voice and put in Daffy Duck's voice if you really wanted to. That's the beauty of having a live performance recorded with different channels like this, because you can go in and say, wow, at about 3 minutes, the bass player played the wrong note. And you can edit that so that when you produce the video, that note isn't there. They rewrote the song twice. They had an introduction that was different. They had a couple of key changes. They even had a longer saxophone solo, and that saxophonist is second to none. He's amazing. He makes those altissimo notes, which are not easy to play. He makes them look easy. He does all the tricks. He plays with so much emotion, and everyone in the band presented the song in a way that the Foreigner fans want the song to be played. All right, so here's the time. What would I give this on a scale of 1 to 10? It's difficult to make this decision because a lot of the marks, a lot of the grades that I give these songs, I do include a little bit of my personal taste. I think I could see one of the best performances ever by Kelly Clarkson, and I don't think she would ever get above an 8 because she's not my taste. So it's difficult for me. And I try to be objective, but I also want people who watch the show to understand my taste in music. I would give this an 8.8. An 8.8. I know that's kind of high. I know 8.8 is high. That's what I would give this, an 8.8. For the efforts that they made in rewriting the song, and for the efforts that they made in presenting the music in such a nice way, and just because it's such a nice song, and they didn't just go out there and say, we're going to play it like the studio version. We're gonna change it up a bit. But that's it. That's what I have. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you agree or disagree with my scoring of this performance. And if you have any live performances or anything that you want me to review, put it in the comments section, and I promise I will reply. But that's it. That's all I have for today's episode of B Sharp and C. This is Artie Astor saying, keep it groovy.